Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to our StoneBlock 2 Let's Play adventure, where today I've got a lot of plans, but first off, what's going on here? Used to be if I needed some seeds, they'd be waiting for me right here. Now they're not, and I don't know why. I don't know, maybe I just have to break the controller and put it back down. It's getting chaotic in here. There's a lot of living animals that either ought not be in here or ought to be in here but not alive. I'll deal with that later. For right now, this episode today, I've got some plans. First off, we're going to be building a crafting terminal, although that's not actually the first thing we're going to be doing. It's just the first thing I'm going to say that we're going to do, because the first thing we're going to be doing is attempting to import our entire barrel network here into our ME network without actually moving the items. Should be pretty straightforward. The first thing we're going to need is to get ourselves the item barrel connector. Now, I thought that I had built one of these before. I cannot find it anywhere, so if I have, I don't know what happened to it. It's possible to get it out of a loot crate. Should we go check our loot crates? I haven't mentioned this in a while, but our monster farm is just spectacular right now. Someone recommended getting some drops of evil to improve it, which is not a bad idea, but considering I've had to add some more storage crates because these are all full, and I try to keep them sorted every time I come by, but it's gotten chaotic. This guy escaped. Remember, we forgot to make that device that keeps the Enderman from escaping. Still need to get around to that. Look at that. We got ourselves an Infinity Booster card for AE2 wireless terminals. That's a helpful, handy thing to have, all things considered, considering, you know, what we're doing with AE2 and everything. But for right now, we are looking for crates of the reward variety. We've got quite a few right there, and we've got even more down here. I haven't checked, but can you combine these crates to get better crates? Like, what are the uses of a crate? You open them. Alright, well, let's go through and have some fun here. Let's see what kind of epic rewards we get. This is going to be a real lousy experience, isn't it? Are all of these clay? All of these are clay, and worse, it recenters your mouse every time you open one, so you drag it down, and then you drag it down, and then you keep doing this, and eventually your mouse is at the bottom of the mouse pad, and you gotta put it back up at the I'm gonna open all of these off camera. We'll see if we get what we need. Hey, hot tip for you. If you hold down Shift, you can open up the whole stack in one go. Quest complete ranching. Wait, what did I do? Did I get something from that? What do you mean ranching? Where is that at? It's over here under fluid cows? Oh, we must have gotten ranching. Make a cow stall. I didn't do that. Oh, I see. I've got one. Must have been out of there. I've run out of space. Things are getting out of control. Alright, so that's everything we got out of there. If you see anything that might be of particular interest or use, comment down below. Let me know. Maybe we'll come pull it out of here and use it at some point in the future. It looks like a lot of, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff. Cow stall is cool. I guess yellow chicken eggs might be handy. A lot of this just looks like junk, though, doesn't it? Goodness gracious. Well, that's fine, because I can craft the item barrel whatchamacallit. It's not all that difficult. I tell you what, though, I do feel a bit off lately. I think it's because I took a week off recording, and that mere week off of recording was enough to completely shrek up my entire style. Now, we're not going to leave the ME network over here. I just put it over here so it would be close to the barrels for testing purposes. I completely plan on renovating this area very soon, possibly between now and next episode, in fact. But for this to work, this has to make contact with all of the barrels in the network, which is why I have... What is this roost doing? Get that out of here. We're going to throw it down right here, and then we're going to put barrels on top of and below it, and then that way it should make contact, yeah, because it doesn't work diagonally. So we'll need to put one up here and one down here, and it should connect. Oh, you know what? Let's just use some of these. These aren't being used anyway. We'll grab these two. It's a lot faster than having to make new ones. I'll make new ones later, but with that, it connects up. Yep, and it's got... Why do you have iron in it? Where... What? Stop. No. Why is that happening? That makes no sense. Why are you doing that? That shouldn't have been a thing. What? Why did you do this? Why? That should not have happened. Wait, where did all my... Oh, it's all in there. Okay, what? Well, now I'm confused. What if I put that down there, and then I just put... then I put the item barrel on top? How are we doing now? Looks like we're okay. Doesn't look like anything's getting shuffled around. Now we need a way to interface between the ME network and the item barrel connector, and for that we're going to need a storage bus, and it's important that we create the correct one. In this case, the one that we want, I believe, is the basic ME storage bus. Possibly, maybe, could be wrong. In order to get that, we're going to need to build an ME interface, which we can get from building a formation and annihilation cores. We built those last episode, so not basic by any means, but we have done them in the past. Some glass and some iron. Not really that difficult. We can do that pretty quick, and then combine it with a piston and a sticky piston. Oh, actually, we have an annihilation core and a formation core left over from last episode, which is very convenient. In fact, we have everything we need left over from last episode, with the exception of pistons, and even then, we might have some in here. So look at that, pistons. Did I not make any excess sticky pistons? I mean, not that that's an issue, mind you. I can do that right now while talking. No need to even stop talking if I get the order correct. And with that, a little bada bing and a little bada boom, we get ourselves the storage bus, and then we need some cables. I've got a lot of ME cables, so are we close enough that maybe we don't even need one? Let's try it. Let's put this here, and no, we do need a cable, so I guess we'll click onto there, and absolutely nothing happening that I can tell. Okay, so sort of working, I guess. It's picking up some of the items and displaying them here. Certainly not all of them. Well, is it? What is not on? You see, it looks like we have a whole lot. Let's pick an item. Lapis. Lapis is in there. What about ink? Is ink in there? Ink is in there. Maybe it just looks like they're not all on there because the barrels take up so much more space. I mean, even diamond and emeralds, diamonds and ender pearls, which are way down there at the end, seem to be in here. Diamonds right there, ender pearls right there. I guess that's all of the items. Boy, howdy, it certainly seems like we have more chicken roosts than that. But hey, we did it, everyone. There they all are. We can access them all from inside of here now. Possibly, something feels off about this. I'm trying to visualize in my mind. If we split these into just 2 rows, long ways, I don't know. There's the quartz, there's the warts. I guess it's all in there. I guess we did it. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. They're all stored inside of, well, they're not being stored inside the terminal. They're all being stored inside of the item barrels. And one thing I need to test real fast is if I throw something in here, will it put it into the barrel? Well, it certainly seemed to, because we don't have a storage drive in there anymore, and it accepted it. So, no, but it took that too. Where did it put those? Oh, it put them into an open barrel. Oh, that's pretty handy. Huh, so we could, theoretically, if we wanted to create a barrel for every type of item in the game, which we don't, that would be absurd, but if we did, we could do that, hook it up to the system, and, interesting. Alright, we'll put this back in there, and let's see what it prioritizes. If I do that same thing, if I shift-click those in there, it still prioritizes putting them into there, instead of putting them into here? Well, that's not ideal. Not ideal at all. It's not a problem for a lot of these things, because, you know, they're all already... What if I remove that barrel from the network, and then we do this again? What happens then, right? Shift-click all the... It just puts them into there. Well, that's not ideal. But I suppose what we can do is just remove empty barrels, and then it should default them into our storage cell, one could hope. Next up, we want to make a crafting terminal, which is simple enough. The one thing I did note is that I might want to go wireless at some point, and I was wondering if I wanted to do that today. Wireless Crafting Terminal 2 is a mod that we apparently have installed in here that will let us create a bauble crafting terminal, which I guess we can just keep inside of our bauble section, as opposed to somewhere on our hotbar, and there's probably a key we could press. That's cool! And we might get into that when we get into wireless terminals and all of that fun stuff, but for now, I just want to get this crafting terminal. It's going to require a calculation processor, which I don't think we've made before, because it's going to require a pure Certus Quartz crystal, which means we've got to go all the way down to getting a seed out of Certus Quartz dust and sand. I don't know how many of these we might need in the future. I'm going to go ahead and just create 2. I guess we can hook this up to here, and will it receive power? I mean, it is hooked up to the network. Oh! Oh, that's pure Nether quartz crystal. Well, maybe we can use that. Maybe that'll be just fine. Did it specify what it wanted? It just says pure Certus quartz crystal. I'm really starting to get the feel for this whole thing. I'd like, though, at some point for there to be an automated process for this. Although I suppose this AE2, it does have that automation nonsense. Alright, come here, ye little terminal. Final thing we'll need is a chest, which is ridiculous, because that is the most simplistic thing to add to this very complicated recipe that isn't working. Why is it not working? I built the calculation processor, I've got a chest, I've got an ME terminal. What more do you want from me? Crafting table? Why did I build a chest? Why am I so dumb? Why am I so dumb? Of course we need a crafting table to build. Look, I'm gonna get comments, I'm sure. It is shapeless crafting also. I don't know why I do the things that I do. I couldn't explain it to you. It's been a weird long day for me today. I won't go into the boring details, but there we are. We have a crafting terminal now. If I throw some birch wood in there, and I want to make a crafting table, you know, as I'm sometimes want to do. Why did that recipe... What is happening? Why are my recipes getting deleted? What? Oh, of course, because these two things are linked together. Naturally, you could probably undo that right here. JEI synchronized auto. Well, that's fine. This is good. This suits me. I want to build this... The Shrek am I looking at right now? Build a crafting station. Didn't work. Why didn't it... stone crafting tape? I guess there's no stone in there. I put wood in here, though. Why isn't it pulling the wood out for the crafting? What about this? I don't have a sign. What is something... Why? Hold on, no! Wait a minute! Crafting table! Oh, there we go. What? You know what? It's working. We're gonna go with that. It's working well enough for me. I guess the next stage is going to be building another storage bus and getting out our old drawer controller so we can get the drawers hooked up to the system as well. Although I also need to remodel, build some more disks so I can store all of these sort of random items. Get rid of any extra chests I've got, or I'm sorry, any extra barrels I've got connected to the network, because those are just going to complicate things greatly. And I will do all of that and more between now and next episode. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. It's been a short one, but I've got to get some content recorded this weekend because I didn't have any videos last week and I cannot let that happen again. So until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!